What's up? Mark King here, and this is a story from the Federalist. Again, another trusted website, right? It's titled it's from the culture section. It's titled "Critical Race Theory is the Classic Communist Divide and Conquer Tactic." This is by Stella Morabito. Again, when I talk about this stuff, I'm hoping people actually go read the articles. Sometimes it's like I can misinterpret things. I also may skip things, just the nature of how people's minds work. Um, let's begin. Now, of all the identity politics is used as a tool to sow hatred amongst people where there should be potential friendship. Critical race theory is one of the gravest offenders. Okay, so now this gets into the Bolsheviks. Um, let's do a quick search. The Bolsheviks, right? Sometimes when I talk about things, I just search ahead of time. But let's see who the Bolsheviks were. A member of the majority faction of the Russian Social Democratic Party, Democrats, which was renamed the Communist Party after seizing power in the October Revolution. Okay, how did they seize power? Okay, it's a Marxist faction funded by Vladimir Lenin. Okay, if you don't know. Okay, so let's continue and we'll talk a little bit. I enjoy this stuff, right? I enjoy getting into the mindset of the communists, and like we all relate things to real life, right? It's the way. Okay, so like again, because I teach, it's one of the ways you help students learn. It's something called scaffolding. I mean, a bunch of different names and theories behind everything, but essentially you want to relate um old information to new information, and the students will create their own thoughts essentially. Okay, so let's continue, right? As federal employees, such as those who work for corporations that do business with the federal government, sucked into poisonous vortex. Okay, critical race theory, right? Trump is trying to stop. This is why he must win. You have to push back against the communist agenda. From what I've known, the critical race theory, at least the way it's modernly constructed, it came out of the Frankfurt School, which was set up by the, if I remember correctly, the Nazi Party, right? In good old Columbia University. Good old Columbia. I've been to Columbia. I've been to like a few universities, and it's just, oh boy, from the moment you step in there, on the walls is lined with communist propaganda, left and right. You know what's not lined with? Things to fight communism, such as Christianity. Just saying. Doused with critical race theory, the BLM organization and its related Antifa-infused mobs are organized with the same purpose as cult recruits, to recruit more people and implement desire to divide and conquer. That's very true. Okay, so I know a lot about like Frankfurt School. There are about 10, 11 main purposes of the Frankfurt School, right? But the divide and conquer, it's okay. So it ties into the creation of racist offenses. That was never there before. Imagine everything is hunky dory. A a let's say hypothetically, a an Asian person gets an A on a test. He late in life he makes 100K. A black person usually gets C on tests. He makes 40K. They're both well off. One has a what a let's say $1 million home. Somebody else has a $500,000 home. Okay, good enough. But eventually, what happens is the media or other communists or politicians or other leftist groups, that's the best way I can say it, they ask the question, or rather, they how do I put this? They put words in other people's mouths. They ask a leading question. Why does John have $1 million home and Deshaun doesn't? That was never there before. Okay. The media, for example, they ask a leading question. Okay, that's essentially it, right? So they're creating some type of slight that was never there before. Same thing with women and men. Women are perfectly happy. Men work long hours. They tend to be higher IQ'd. They tend to be stronger. Why should men make more? It's as simple as that. That's how you push a divisiveness that was never there before. Okay? You know, and a lot of these things, like the divisiveness, we know why they're there. Some people are smarter. Some people work harder. Some people could jump higher. Some people could run faster. We know why it's there. But we're going to plead ignorance to explain our failings in life. Okay, so this is, well, we know who Robin DeAndre. She wrote that stupid book called White Fragility, which every leftist and females without balls between the legs are holding like the holy grail, especially the white females. It's their new Bible. Again, once you what I see from the left often, once they abandon religion, they replace with another version of religion, which is they worship something. Some people call it worshiping the environment. What I find worse than the environment is when they worship themselves. Am I right, queens and kings? Let's look at a perfect example. A parallel case from Soviet history, as President Promise tended to be overwhelmingly religious, traditional, and family-oriented. The Bolshevik government hated them with a fiery passion. Increasingly, the acrimony further. The peasant resisted giving up the family run farms, okay, which is a roadblock. To collectivize agriculture, Soviet leader Stalin devised a plan to stop hostilities. The Communist Youth League, known as Komsomol, went into villages to propagandize and incite divisions, turning formerly peaceful neighbors, white and black people, man and woman, against one another. Okay, this is in his book. This is from a book, The Whisperer's Private Life in Stalin's Russia. Orlando Figes describes the situation. Okay, so I'm going to read that part just because credit goes to Federalists. But there's another part I want to read. Okay. The process is eerily similar to critical race theory and all identity politics. Again, one of the reasons why Obama was a terrible human being, terrible president, besides him having prayer mats, if you get my drift, was he pushed identity politics. Everybody with a brain know what identity politics would do. Okay, this is why politicians, it was a no-no to play identity politics. When he was calling somebody his son, could have been his son, he was playing identity politics. Okay, so people essentially with no previous hatred between them would have hatred between them just because the media or politician pushed the idea that all inequality was due to racism. In reality, all inequality is due to a slight of genetics, of God, of nature. Okay? When I see these feminists upset the men, that's really it. That's why they hate men. Conjuring such hostilities is also the essence of what Karl Marx was aiming for in his class for classic consciousness. The problem as he saw it was people were busy with life and willing to live and let live. Or to put a modern terminology, they were insufficiently woke. So this, I found this really interesting. Like all these, okay, so all these things that you hear about, it's been done before previously. It's just it's under a new term. Similar how we used to call black people Negroes. Same concept. Okay? African Americans. It's the exact same thing. Okay. So again, this ties into why I know the Frankfurt School, right? So what you want to do is continually change things to create confusion. Okay? This is why they try to push the LGBT agenda in the school system. Again, what upsets me when I go into these schools, in the principal's office, in the administration office, all they have is LGBT flags and propaganda. And the thing is, they don't know why. How do I say this? They don't know why it's bad, but the people above them know why it's bad. Okay, they're evil. This is why ignorance isn't bliss at times, okay? I try to argue with my friends about this, but all they want to do is play video games, eat fried chicken, and drink grape juice. If you get my drift, okay? Anyway, let's continue a little bit more, and I'm going to end it pretty soon because I don't want this to drag on. In the same fashion, today's critical race theory agitators call for a form of race consciousness that breeds in themselves some sort of blind hate. Ironically, they're like photogenic negative image of the segregation. Absolutely. When I hear these blacks and white leftists want to segregate again, have they not again, they don't even realize that this is what we fought for in the 50s and 60s, fought against. And what I realize is that you can't change low IQ people. They'll always steal ideas, and it's always ideas that gets pushed in the media or it's quote unquote popularized. Then they pretend like it's their own original idea. Okay, you gotta think for yourselves at times. As I said, it's like about processing new information. Like I think about what's intelligence. I just think intelligence is really the ability to understand and comprehend information. People have different theories, but that's the best way I understand intelligence in my brain, you know? Anyway, I might end this here, but again, all this ties into the Frankfurt School, which from what I know has about 10, 11 objectives essentially, okay? Like when you see the unreliable legal system where, how do I say this, women are given leaner sentences, it's part of the Frankfurt School teachings. Okay? I'm going to leave that here. I'll talk a bit more of the Frankfurt School in probably another video, but I just want to highlight this really great article. Okay, again, this is by the Federalist. This is by Stella Morabito. Excellent article, excellent written. A little few errors here and there, but well done. Okay, I wish they added more pictures to the Federalist, make it a little easier to read. Otherwise, well done. Okay, share, save, subscribe, thumbs up. The hero of the left. The heroes of the left. They'll never tear down a statue. Okay, they'll never tear down this statue. Share, save, subscribe, thumbs up. Take care, guys. Okay, hope you enjoyed. Bye. Oh, and make sure you vote Trump. End this stuff.